to give a hug.
Okay.
It's so
nice
to see you.
So good to see you.
Hello.
The core of what iHouse is will always be the same, and that's fostering connection and community and really a global appreciation and a global community. Our world has changed in 40 years. I think the things that we often think of as barriers, language, cultural difference, right, those are actually bridges. What we try to do is make sure that International House Davis is the bridge.
I'm Judy Wydick, and I've been involved almost from the beginning. Clay Ballard and Don Ranstrom are the ones who started it with her father, Mr. Yamamoto, and they finally established International House in February of 1981.
I'm Eleanor Yamamoto, and I was the translator for my father when we first started the iHouse. We had numerous meetings at the little coffee shop in downtown. My father got to meet with Clay, Don Ranstrom, and Arno Meadows, the founding board members. When my sister was going to school here, she talked to the bowling mechanic, that's because she bowled all the time, that my father was interested in starting something. And then the bowling mechanic said, well, let me get you to Clay Ballard. And that's how we all started.
And once it was established, the word went out that they needed help, and I think I was free. And I believe that summer or fall, they established an executive committee. We also contacted someone who's still a realtor to find this house. And she called me one day and said, there's a perfect place for International House. You've got to check it out. You need to do it now. And so several of us came over and said, this is perfect. It's right across from the university.
iHouse, International House, was founded as an organization. It didn't have a home until 1984. This beautiful house that we call home is thanks to Shunta Yamamoto and his vision for a place in Davis where people from all over the world could gather and come together. Monina and Anita Sen, whose parents, Arun and Nee Sen, were among the founders of iHouse.
This is our mom.
I feel like your mom was the heart of this kitchen.
And she would find the students from UC Davis and the families to come in and help her cook. And before this looked like this, they did the cooking at our house.
And then brought it over?
And then brought it over. Yeah. That's why this is sort of an extension of our house and of our chores.
There's your dad.
Yeah.
Look how happy he looks. Dad ran Toastmasters downstairs.
I'm all about food and drink. And so I think that's really what I remember the most about coming here is it's the international dinners that my mom and dad did.
Sharing a meal, that's always been like a really important ritual in our family. And so I think my mom having these international dinners would invite people who were maybe homesick or far from their home to come and share their culture and share their experiences with the community. And it was a way that we learned so much about other cultures.
And it was for students who didn't have a place to go. This piece right here, it's typed up, and she said her reasons for involvement with the International House, what we do at work or in the community, are directed towards a better life for ourselves and for the next generation. I also hope that those who have participated in different International House programs have benefited in the same manner, thereby fostering community unity, not just in Davis, but worldwide.
Eventually leading to world friendship.
Looking back at all of the clippings, a big chunk of it was her work at the iHouse.
She created a legacy that lives on.
I'm Ruth Asmunson. I got on the board, and Judy and Bob Hagan were the co-president, and Judy made me the membership chair. I knew a lot of people in Davis, so I kind of invited them to International House, and we had that expansion. We had a lot of members. And we had a lot of visitors, international students and scholars. And so there's a lot of traffic at the iHouse. And we didn't have any paid staff. It was all volunteer. So the board decided to hire the first executive director to do fundraising because it was all volunteers and we needed money. They needed somebody to take care of the office. I was on the board, and so I volunteered to be the office manager. At that time, the university also had the Humphrey Scholars. So iHouse became Humphrey Scholars offices. Judy and I worked on the membership, and Nation was really great at that time. We also recruited a lot of board members from the community.
I had the concert title for the memory of Shunta Yamamoto, who was the founder of this international house.
Talking about family, because I left my family in Argentina in 1999. It was thanks to the iHouse that I grew my Argentinian family here in Davis, as we formed a group that used these facilities to raise funds for charities in Argentina. The iHouse is my home. It's the bridge that allowed me to have my family here in Davis.
There was an international festival since I was doing that for so many years. The memories of one thing I can mention is that it was 2017, my drug circle started. Cannot forget the moment be able to come with the goal for what I was wishing in being community and share my culture.
My kids have grown up in international parks. Literally, in 2009, my son was 5 months. I've never actually worked here and I've never been a part of the staff. But we did spend so much time here. 4 kids later, they all love International House. They know their way around every room. And they also are very, very excited every year to be part of the International Festival. And I think having every time or every hour of volunteering is worth it when we build memories for our kids.
I feel when I come here, like the first time I stepped through that door, I got a warmest hug from somebody. They really that she gave me like the sweetest, the warmest hug ever.
These are the 1995-96 Humphrey Bellas, but just think of all the Humphreys that have been here and all the people that have worked with our priests over the years, and these kind of friendships are around the world.
First, and I said, this is actually great that the community has an international space. Because myself being an immigrant from Poland, it was great always to see how the communities engage with the universities.
One thing I like about iHouse is the things that they can do to help people or contribute with awareness.
We started a Latin American festival, and our last one we did here, there were 2 women who were the executive director. They said, do it, use the space, that's what this is for. We were so excited. We used the kitchen, and so they were demonstrating food. We used the backyard for the big groups. We used this room for a lot of kids who wanted to do open mic. And then we had all the artists with their exhibit artwork in the living room area. So every single room was used. It was busy, it was crazy, and that was our last Latin American festival. Grateful to the iHouse.
The first year, so many people would come here thinking it's the university's international center. I'm like, no, but you can stay here.
Thanksgiving dinners, those were so memorable. And we had the whole, students and community, but very, very set the people connected with them.
It was very important to have Argentinian friends here, so when I moved, was like Hassan is America. Go to the US, this is my new life. I was very worried about how I would meet other Argentinians and that I can share my culture, my food, my traditions. And then she introduced me other Argentinians, and now they're one of my best friends. So it's like through the International Fest and Dar es Salaam iHouse is how I have my own community here.
What makes iHouse special?
Our generation is continuing what the people before us had put down here. Look at what it is now.
Everybody is so nice.
Your community.
Friendship, really great team.
Families.
One love.
Some diversity. I think iHouse is perfect.
The people are so welcoming. There's such love. There's such acceptance. That's what we do in the world. That's what we're here for, is to uplift each other and celebrate each other.
The reason that I stayed in Davis after my graduation was iHouse. The care of the iHouse, like you feel the care of your mother. The International Festival was very meaningful.
Community, a place where folks can gather that really cultivates cross-cultural exchange.
We're really dreaming in with the language classes, learning about other languages and culture and bringing resources to the community members.
It's a space of connections.
Cultural center.
Family. I would just say fantastic, because it pulled all kinds of people in the community together.
The fact that I'm serving at the International House, I can genuinely say, has changed my worldview, has changed my long-term goals career-wise.
Every event just bringing the world coming to meet us instead of us going to meet the world. And we do this exchange, and yet know each other beyond our biases, beyond what media tells us.
This organization has sustained for 40 years, and we need to figure out how to make it continue for another 40 in very different times. One of the things that we know is our regional impact is also starting with a cultural connection. You are all ambassadors for iHouse, and as we move forward into the future.